I mean, let's open up the conversation on Cunha. Is it all just unanimous? Well, absolutely. There's not really much to discuss here. We need him. He wants us. Do it. Or has anyone got reservations over this? You lot in the comments. And of course, everyone here in the red carpet.
I've got just a couple on its own, which is, I like the passion. I like the fire. I do think getting suspended on a couple of occasions is something that you get a lot more heat for at Manchester United than somewhere else. You got to sort that out, but I think that's something you can sort out as a footballer. I think he's great. When United played him back in December against Wolves, I think it was, he was showing
Boxing Day.
levels. Yeah, that's right. He was showing levels to the team, the way he was picking up the ball, running. He looked perfect for Amarim back then. He looked perfect in that game. He was exactly the guy, saying that's what you want in that 10 position, picking up the ball, running with it. He got a big wage bump from Wolves to like 150,000 a week. Is he going to ask for another one? I mean, he just got that in January. Are you thinking, hey, that's 150 that was like in preparation for your next move? That's the level you'll get. We just want to give you that a little bit early so you don't ditch us in January. Help us escape relegation. They've escaped relegation. Money well spent. Or is he going to come in now, say, well, now I want 225 because you're Manchester United? Because if you're doing that and you got a 62 million pound release clause and 225 a week, bin it and get Osimhen, because you're not that far off at that point. That's my only concern on that from that perspective.
That's a really good point.
This stat's crazy, yeah. And I remember someone brought this up before about the walk-in. Yeah, Lil Yo-Yo says it here, and it was true.
Was it Marcel? Who brought it up?
I can't remember. I saw it on social media a while ago, and they were like,
"He's got one of the stats for the most."
Yeah, he was like, he loves the walk-in, and it's really, really clear. We don't like Man United fan base do not like walking because they have, been absolutely ridiculous when it comes to walking with Marcus Rashford for the longest time. We become body language experts when it comes to all footballers on the pitch. So that's a concern, even though, again, it's not really, because you can fake run and make it look like you're doing effort, but you're not really not contributing effort. A little bit about the price, because I think, is it actually written into his contract, the release clause of £62.5 million?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, again, how that one's going to work, if whereby they could do a thing like they did with Joshua Zirkzee last summer, where it was like, well, we could pay the release clause, but the release clause is all the money right now, or we pay a little bit more than the release clause. And then because of that, you play, you can play it in installments, that kind of thing. So I suppose that's something to look at. Like we said, I don't really have too much concern actually about the discipline stuff, really, because we've signed Mavericks in the past. Eric Cantona, when he came in, didn't have the best discipline record. He didn't have the best discipline record at Man United.
I was going to say, we didn't really fix it still.
I don't have too much. If anything,
he was very good, though.
Yeah,
we need a team. We need a team full of bastards. We don't have enough of them in our team. We're very weak. And we need more of them. So I think it's a good option. But I suppose the problem is we're at the reality where most names that get brought up will get into our team. So we're just like, yeah, they'd improve us because everyone will improve us.
Well, you see, I was thinking when I was talking about that loss against Wolves, because obviously the L made everyone start talking about loads of stuff, right? Even though the way we lost, like, I've worked out, which shouldn't have taken this long, but when we lose, because we keep losing in this period because it's L, nobody really cares about how we lost anymore. No one really cares about the performance. No one really cares about, well, that should have been a 2-0 game. That shouldn't really. There's so many L's, they're all bundled into one. And I get it. When you've lost as many games as we have, the semantics about how they do kind of go out the window. But I was kind of on that because everyone's basically saying, Wolves basically are, Vita Pereira's going in there. Look, he's got 5 wins in a row. If that was United Strand, he would have cut his hair by now. It would have been amazing. Yeah. But really, they've got some players, that like walk into our team, or players that are like really highly sought after in the Premier League. So like Nouri, like he could go play for Liverpool. Like he could go play for City, be their left back. Like he's that good. He plays for Wolves. The two in the middle that they've got in the system that they've got, Gomez and Andre, they're perfect for that. They're combative. They're good on the ball. They're quick. They're powerful. They're high volume tackle. Like they're perfect two pivots in what you want in this system. Strand Larsen, good centre forward, strong, holds the ball, scores goals, got double figures this year. Cunha, That's who we actually want to go and get. Do you know what I mean? Top 10 in the league. So when you break it down, they've got guys that walk into our team. You look at Palace, Mateta would improve our team, walk into it. I know there's like, oh, do we get Mateta? I'm not sure. I get all that. But on what we've got, he'll be perfect. Eze, what we've got, he'll be perfect. Walk in, start, elevate the team to a top. Like, he could go and play for Spurs. He could go play for City. He could go play for Liverpool in the tech. Like, he can play. Players would just walk into our team. And not just walk in because we're rubbish. They'd actually make us better and make us a good team. So we have to be mindful of that. But so Cunha, listen, I'm all for him. I like him. I think he's strong. I think he's exactly what we need in terms of the type of player. Obviously, like we always know, every transfer is a risk. Man United, you ruin players. You say you gas them up. You say you want them. Then they come to you. Then they're rubbish. And this, that. You spent 62 million on him. He hasn't scored in however many games. All these things that why we're scared to buy players. I understand in it because our hit rate's low. But if we can get him in the left 10, right 10, perfect for me. But I do take that as I didn't really think about that, James. Like, he got the bump up to 150. What does that look like? I would like to think by this stage, we surely ain't going to be doing stupid stuff with the wages. Surely. But hey, who am I to guess that? And I get everyone's ready. Yeah, exactly. What are you saying, KG? Bring him.
Flex, do you appreciate them saying that Owen's inside of Jordan 4? Just on the Cunha thing, you could see when he done that grass thing that he was doing, grass all over the shins and stuff like that. I don't know what ceremony that was, but he wants Man United. And I think I love that. Like, I love a player that wants to play for this club. I think that's important. We've had players that mercenaries that don't respect or don't care about us as a football team. We're lower than them. There's no reason for him to want Man United, but he kind of understands.
I forgot about that. That's mad.
Yeah, we're terrible, but then he wants Man United. You know, we're not really doing the over convince. He just understands this is a special club, and if it gets its act together, it will be you will be legendary. Now, we've said that with every single manager and player that's wanted to sign for this place, and
that's what I was going to say. They all want all the shit. Anthony badly wanted to come here because it was a dream.
That's the story, right? Everyone wants to play here, and you know, you look at the reaction of Casemiro on after the fourth goal, and he just kind of drops to his face and just lies down. But that's a guy that's achieved everything in football. This club has still got this magic to it, regardless of how we feel right now as fans. Like, it's still kind of magical, and we can use that. You know, like, I know the lap thing's a bit further down the line. I don't know. There might have to be some convincing there, but play for Man United, get it right, and you're a household name. It's that type of club, you know. And maybe this guy is saying that the type of football, because they play the same system as us, right?
Yeah,
they play a similar system. Yeah, so he will fit. There's not a big change that
it'd be instant. Yeah,
he would fit the system. It's like, this makes sense. I'm gonna play in a way that I don't have to do that much changing. It's a system that I like. I'll work in the system. For me, it's no-brainer-ish. He's Premier League proven. He's a bit older. I hope I'm trying to have this kind of energy with the striker that I bring in to support him. You know, and it's like, then who's in that midfield? You kind of, when we start to have options of, let's say he's in there, is he in there with a Kobe, with Ahmad out wide? Is that what we're gonna do? I'm interested in that kind of stuff, but it just gives us Man United with options, makes us like way more dangerous and way more unpredictable. Right now, too predictable.
His injury record's really good, actually. I didn't realize this. I was just looking at his injury record because I thought, well, you never know with us. I mean, not that it means anything, because I was going to say we can get people that have a pretty good injury record, and they still. But he hasn't missed a game through injury since September of 2022. Any other games he's missed to be suspension.
That's a really good point, because they're specifically targeting players on this basis of injuries and physicality.
Guys, we should get Mbeumo instead.
Okay.
Why are
I'd
we
be
not going all out
completely
for
on
him?
board with Mbeumo as you know. I would
He's a
be
year
Wait
left,
there.
isn't
with Mbeumo.
He's
Year
got a
left
year
of
left.
contract.
They got to sell him this year. He's 25. So what's that? Same age as Cunha, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's Cunha
18
25.
goals, 6 assists.
He's got 18 goals this year, and
That's
he's going to cost less than Cunha. Cunha's 62.5 million release clause, right? And if we want to stagger that out, we'll probably have to pay more. Mbeumo's a better deal than this.
no,
I
but
like
we're not
Cunha.
gonna. We've done the legwork already. That's the killer. The legwork.
I
for
wouldn't say
Cunha-
he's off the table though, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
mean, we've progressed.
what
Cunha
United
more.
talk? What you think? That's wait there. United talk. Mbeumo over Cunha laughing. Why is that
Do you
funny?
reckon it's a case of they think they can do the Cunha deal quicker? There is a release clause, like KG said. You've done the legwork, and
Yeah.
Brentford do drive a
There's
hard
another
bargain when it
factor
comes to
here,
their
though.
stuff.
You mentioned that they
Ivan
play the
Toney.
same system as us, though, too. You know, like
Yeah.
Cunha
Yeah.
is a better fit than Mbeumo,
For
though.
what we want.
Like,
Yeah, and Mbeumo was
he
wide
is-
right. Yeah.
you know, he plays more wide. We've seen the difficulties like Garnacho's had as a wide winger coming in. Cunha's
But I
playing
feel
in the
like
central
Mbeumo's got a bit more
areas.
about him, though. I feel like he's very technically sound. Good. Yeah. Cunha's ready made for the system. I
Yeah.
agree. But I was just thinking there, I was like, hold on a minute.
And it
He's
could
in
be
the
a quicker
last
deal
year.
to do. That's the other part of it.